Hello and welcome back, pilots. Welcome to a very special video, which is actually my 1-year anniversary from playing Mech Arena. Yes, what a time to celebrate. So what we're going to do for this video is I'm going to share my complete progression through the game and all of the mechs and weapons and different sets and loadouts that I used as I went from a little old beginner all the way up to my current hangar. Today, down at the bottom of Division 10 or 9 or something, I got into Panther. Panther is a really solid mech, and coming out right next to the RPG 6s, it was a good choice and very damaging at that lower level. Next, a couple of XP spots right above Panther is going to get you Killshot, and Killshot can handle a lot of different different types of weapons. Javelin 4s are good, but they cost a high dollar of A coins. RPG 4s are good for now. You could also use autocannons or even thermalants, heat them up, and then dash into them. Paragons sort of just was my extra, just in case I messed up. I still had a bot on the go that I could always fall back on. But let's go to the next jump of power. Now, fast forwarding through the basics quite a ways, this is one of my favorite times to be playing the game because it is so simple to play these mechs. Panther at long range is principled and solid, dealing a ton of damage. Killshot is your classic hit and run tactic style bot, but with very good utility with the javelins, being able to arc your shots around different types of obstacles really well. And Guardian is an expert ambusher with the missile racks, and you can deal so much damage, taking out even tanks, just knocking down their shield and then bursting them down with the missile rack 8. Fast forward for a couple of more weeks, and I was able to grind out enough A coins in a tournament to actually get the Carbine 8s. Super solid, and I preferred it over the Pulse Cannon 8s, so I just went ahead, even though I knew it was going to be really expensive in the A coins, I just went after it. And back then when the tourney gave 500 A coins for the middle slot, for, oh my goodness, there we go, the expert. This middle slot here used to be 500 A coins, and Grandmaster was 1500, so it was really easy to rack up a ton of A coins for me, getting about 1100 per week, because I would win 2 of the experts and 1 of the professionals. So I was able to grind out for Guardian, Javs, and the Carbine 8s, which are premium weapons, very quickly. My next step in progressing through the game looked a little bit like this. I finally unlocked the Carbine 12s, and I paired it with the Thermalants. It was a very good assist build, and right now I was already established in my clan for a long time, and I played with friends all the time. So being a little bit of assist build was actually really beneficial for my games. Killshot turned into a monster, able to get those beacons really fast and kill just about any single mech that was unfortunate to meet me in center. The premium Carbine 8s went straight onto my new bot, Zephyr. This was super solid, and it was really fun learning to use the Zephyr ability with this really strong weapon at the time. My bots were still only about 3 to 4 star, so they didn't really have the health to tank all of the damage the carbines were dishing out, especially if you were shooting them in the back. Guardian kind of took a little bit of a sleeper build. This is an excellent choice for a sniper build, but at this stage of the game, I really wasn't known for my sniping. it left a lot to be desired, and I struggled a lot with it. So if I got knocked down to my Guardian, I wasn't doing really good. Fast forward a couple more months, and I finally got the Railgun Panther. This was such a fun time for me as well. I mean, I enjoyed every minute as I progressed through the Railgun, but this is when I was really starting to contend with the maxed out people at the time. At a 24 energy bot, this was an amazing build, and you can kill almost or just about everything in the game with a full clip. I think the only thing that could survive was a max Juggernaut with its shield up. But at that time, even most players with everything max did not have a max Juggernaut. So, super solid build at long range, and still deadly mid-range. Kill shot, I switched the Missile Rack 8 for a Missile Rack 6. Small reduction in damage, but really not that big of a deal because I was also upgrading more, getting closer to an 18 rank upgrade for kill shot. So my dash was doing more damage. So really, when you're even sort of like hit and running anyways, you can dash out one time and put in one clip of missile racks, go back in, pop back out, do another one, and dash, and you will definitely kill anything. That left for the other missile rack to go here on Guardian with the Carbine 12. This is an amazing build. I love this for Guardian. You often saw people even running this even though they had Guardian maxed out and they could do a railgun and missile rack. But this just left so much variability in the way that you can play because the carbines are just such a flexible weapon. So, very fun and still very much an ambusher, but he can hang at longer ranges like 70 and 60 quite decently. Zephyr was still using the Carbine 8s. I mean, the Carbine 8s have served me for so long at this point, and I do not regret my decision at all of skipping over the Pulse Cannon 8s, because the Carbines were just so good. Still haven't invested in them a ton, because I just didn't need to. At this point of the game, it's changed a lot, and pulse cannons may be a good option for you because A coins are getting rarer. But for Zephyr, I definitely prefer the carbine because they dish out their damage a lot quicker. So you're able to deal out your full clip of damage and get behind cover because he doesn't have that much health. Around this time, I finally bought Brickhouse. After neglecting him for a while, I was really focusing on my railgun that I really wanted to get, and I was saving my credits for upgrading these 4 bots first. But this is the time that I added Brickhouse into my hangar. Now this was the hangar at the time for me to deal out as much damage as possible. I had 4 super solid mechs that were unstoppable on the battlefield. Brickhouse was sort of lacking at this time. I just had the long arm 8s, and they were at this level, so he really was a backup mech, or something that I could drop in at the last second, try to boost my damage to get 1 extra kill, maybe on tournament. But Killshot is now dealing massive damage, still able to dash it, let out the missile rack, and still burst them down a little bit with the Carbine 12. Because it still does more damage than the missile rack, you just need to keep on your target a little bit longer. But that's alright if you're able to snake around them and get some side shots in. Also very decent on back off, like standoffish kind of, and firing down one single lane. Panther, not much changed here, just added the long 10 instead of the long 8. So more damage, and who doesn't like that? Guardian is finally bumped up to 24 energy, and with that I second copied my railgun, and now he is rocking the railgun 16 and the missile rack 8. Very awesome build, counters pretty much every build in the game, at long range or short range. Um, Missile Rack does a really good job at bursting down Juggernaut or Ares shields so that the railgun can knock down the rest of their health. And Zephyr finally gets an upgrade from the 8s onto an 18 energy build. Basically, relying on the thermal lance to overheat and get that 50% boost. It also gets it for your team, so don't think that this is less damaging or just as damaging, because it's actually a big significant boost for your teammates in battle. And finally, where my hangar sits at today, I got rid of the brick house and added in the cheetah. Cheetah was my next pick because I didn't really like brick house for my 5th slot. At this time, cheetah was getting its buff, and I had saved up a ton of A coins, so I bought him, upgraded him twice, all the way to 14 energy, and he was my favorite bot for so long. Able to deal crazy damage with mines and just destroys AI and is pretty tricky when playing against players. Killshot is still rocking the same. He's my next project to get up to max energy, and I'm getting pretty close, only needing about 7,000 more A coins, and then Killshot will be my next max bot. Next to my first max bot, the dual railgun Panther. I do not regret this decision for a second. It cost 13,000 A coins in a bit and 1.5 million credits. It was insane, but I like to save up my resources and then just splurge them all at one time. Definitely recommend you buying credits in the shop or blueprints in the shop. Anytime that you see that your favorite mech is available or favorite weapon, it's really not that much credits. Also, you need to spend credits over a day to get this mission right here for 10 A coins. It also lets you store up those tournament tickets in your crates. So anytime that you do see one of Killshot's Panther or any sort of credit weapons, strongly advise you to buy those. Next to Panther, we have Guardian at a Stasis Beam 16 and Rocket Mortar 12. Still figuring out this build, but he's really good on certain tournament maps, and he can rack up a lot of kills and a lot of assists. And it's really fun to just see how many assists you can get. Also, you don't have to compete with your teammates to get tournament points, because everybody's looking for those kills. But with this build, you can still get top spot just with assist. And lastly, Zephyr has not changed one bit, and that just goes to show you that I find this build very effective. It is super good at catching players off guard and has worked for me a lot against AI, because you can, well, it's sort of easy. You can drop around the corner a little bit, and right before AI comes up to you, they'll show your back, you freeze them, get that back damage. Players, you just gotta be sneaky with Zephyr and try to sneak up on them. Anyways, that is where I'm at today, and you already know what I'm looking for. I am looking for that max kill shot. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this anniversary special, and I hope to catch you next time. See yas.